This is right. This is wrong. Right? Wrong. Shoulders are the most mobile joint in the body, but they're also the body part that gets injured most in training. Most commonly trained incorrectly. A shoulder injury can mess up your whole upper body training. Train them right, and you can build an impressive set of 3D shoulders that'll help give you the classic V taper of an aesthetic physique. So, in this video, we'll show you how to correct the most common mistakes when training shoulders. The most common mistake in shoulder training, according to our experts, is going too heavy with the weight. The shoulder is made up of front, middle, and rear delts, 3 fairly small muscles. If you use a weight which is too heavy, you'll probably bring in other muscles to help you complete the movement. This is not only wasted effort, it may also lead to injury. So our first fix is about how to avoid cheating. Lateral raise is an exercise that targets middle delt. But can you spot the cheat that's going on here? When you look from behind, the traps and middle back are being used to complete the movement. But traps are a completely different muscle. The fix here is not to shrug. Keep the shoulders low, away from the ears, using a weight you can control. Concentrate on lengthening and shortening that middle delt muscle. But now, another cheat. Maximum squeeze on the shoulder muscle is about here. Bring the weight any higher, and again, you're using traps to complete the movement. Our trainers say concentrate on bringing the weights out to the sides, not up. Coming up no higher than the shoulders. Bent over raises target the rear delts. But again, it's easy to cheat. Using the middle back muscles to get the weights up. But squeezing the shoulder blades together is not going to help you build rear delts. Fix by keeping the shoulders low, shoulder blades apart, not too heavy on the weight. Some types of cheating are obvious, like swinging or using momentum. But there are more subtle ways of cheating as well, like cheated rest. On your overhead press, there's less resistance as you get nearer the top. By the time you get to here, there's no resistance at all. You're just balancing the weights over your head with no effort by the delt muscles. So this is in fact a cheated rest. The fix here is to keep the weights moving, slow and controlled, not locking out at the top. Bringing the weights up, not together, with constant tension. On the side raise, the cheat rest is at the lower part of the movement. At the bottom, the delts aren't working at all. This is also a cheated rest. Again, keep the weights moving for constant tension, and don't come down fully at the bottom. So, we know that cheating is not going to give you bigger shoulders. So our next fix is how to progress. Once you've mastered correct form, you're ready to build those shoulder muscles. With other body parts, this is when you'd start increasing the weight. But with shoulders, going heavy can lead you back to bad habits. So instead, our trainers recommend a series of different techniques to help you progress that don't involve heavy weights. The first, that's often forgotten, is simply to add another shoulder session to your workout week. the delt muscles recover quickly, so as long as you have at least one rest day, try adding another shoulders day to your training program. 2 sessions with moderate weights can be more effective and less risky than 1 session with heavy weights. Another way to progress is with partial reps. When you hit failure, just do the lower half of the movement, squeezing out a few extra reps that you wouldn't otherwise manage. Rest pause is when you hit failure, instead of releasing the weight, you take a rest for a couple of breaths. Then, squeeze out a few more reps. Supersets involve going straight from one exercise to another, hitting the muscle from different angles with no rest in between. On drop sets, you start with a heavier weight, then move straight down to a lighter weight for extra reps. Many of these are common practices in the gym, but our trainers say too often lifters simply reach for a heavier weight instead of using the safe but equally effective options. Next, a set of targeted variations that'll also help your progression. Another common mistake in shoulder training, according to our experts, is simply sticking to the same few exercises. Presses and raises are the most popular choices for training shoulders. But if you're only doing these few exercises, you could be missing out on potential gains. So here are some variations our trainers recommend. Arnold press is specifically designed to go through different angles on the shoulder. Cables are an effective alternative to dumbbells because they give constant resistance, working the muscle across the whole movement. With the cable in front or behind you. With different grips. Hitting the muscle in different ways. And changing the body position to target exactly the muscle you want. Adding inclines to work front delts. And for the often neglected rear delts, face pulls. Or reverse pec deck flies. Different angles, machines, dumbbells, cables. Our trainer's best advice is to mix it up with as many variations as possible from one workout to the next. The shoulder joint is held in place by a network of tendons and smaller muscles. At the extreme end of certain movements, the muscles and tendons can rub up against the bone or get trapped. It's called shoulder impingement, and it can cause soreness and sometimes serious injury. So our next fixes are about avoiding the kind of awkward shoulder movements that lead to shoulder impingement. Upright rows are especially risky for shoulder impingement. The bar forces the arms into a particular movement, while the grip means the upper arm rotates inward. So when the elbows come up here, that's the danger zone. Dumbbells give you a more natural range of movement. But even here, it's important not to take the elbows too high. On lateral raise, the angle of the dumbbells can also cause that internal rotation at the top of the movement. Keep the dumbbells